Hello, everyone. I am Jason. You might think April 2026 is just another month, but Elon Musk seems ready to ignite the future all at once. He wants to push forward the Mars vision, Robotaxi, humanoid robots, and X payments in one concentrated wave. So, what exactly could this chain reaction produce? Stay with me because today we're going to walk through everything that may happen in April and everything that is likely already in motion. Tesla stock closed Monday at $383.03, up $2.18 on the day, a gain of 0.57%, with trading volume of about 59.7 million shares. The first big topic is Musk's April chain reaction. April is almost here and the calendar already looks packed. The market is waiting for one major catalyst, but Musk may be preparing to light several at the same time. Let us start with the most intense piece, space. The first flight of Starship V3 is expected in early April, and it is also expected to use the Raptor V3 engine. Elon recently said that Optimus Generation 3 and Raptor Generation 3 are on the same level, meaning both projects have entered a stage of extreme optimization. SpaceX has just completed a Super Heavy V3 static fire test. There were some small issues, but all 33 Raptor engines are now positioned at Pad 2 and appear to be moving toward readiness, not just another routine test flight. It represents a jump to the V3 generation, with stronger thrust and higher reusability. That suggests SpaceX is trying to push reusable rockets out of the experimental phase and into something closer to high-volume operational reality. A lot of people still treat Starship like a spectacle, but it is really the core infrastructure behind Musk's Mars plan, and also behind his broader vision for Earth-based energy and transportation systems. Success will never be guaranteed, but if you look at the speed of progress from explosions to booster catches, it is easy to see why many people think this V3 launch could once again surprise the world. Now let us come back to Earth, because Tesla is moving just as fast. Around April 10th, Europe may issue its first regulatory approval for FSD supervised, with key focus likely on countries such as the Netherlands. Based on the latest discussions between Tesla's European team and regulators, the supervised version appears most likely to be approved first. At the same time, FSD version 14.3 is also expected in April. Elon says this version will significantly strengthen reasoning and logic. In simple terms, the vehicle will not just drive, it will think in a more human-like way. At the same time, Cybercab production is also expected to begin, which would mark the transition from presentation mode into actual manufacturing and delivery preparation. Cybercab has no steering wheel and no pedals. It was designed from the start for autonomous transport. If FSD gets a green light in Europe and keeps expanding across the United States, the Robotaxi network could begin contributing meaningful revenue before the end of 2026. Then there is the next generation Tesla Roadster. Elon has confirmed that it will be unveiled later in April. This time, the expectation is not another concept, but a preview of the real production version. Back in 2017, the first Roadster reveal stunned the world. Now the next generation version is expected to raise the bar again in acceleration, range, and design. It is more than a car. It is Musk reminding everyone that some dreams are still worth waiting for, even when the timeline stretches far beyond expectations. Then we come to Optimus Generation 3, which many people are even more excited about. It was originally expected in the first quarter, but now the timing is still to be determined. Optimus is one of the products people see as truly life-changing. A robot at home that helps with chores or supports elderly family members would move robotics from science fiction into everyday life. Musk saying that Optimus 3 is on the same level as Raptor 3 suggests the team is deep in serious optimization, not just rushing out another beta version to impress fans. My view is that once Optimus appears in a more complete form, it could change public perception of humanoid robots almost overnight, from a futuristic curiosity to something people genuinely want in their homes. Another development worth watching closely is X money. In the middle of March, Elon hinted on X that early public access could begin next month. This would not be just a small test. It would mean ordinary users starting to use transfer and payment functions in real scenarios. That would push X beyond being a place to read news and chat and turn it to part of your financial life. For Tesla owners, it could also create more convenience across payment-related use cases. With one move, Musk would be trying to connect social media, payments, and vehicles into one ecosystem. On paper, all of this happening in April looks exciting. But it also reveals the biggest challenge inside Musk's world, which is resource allocation across too many giant projects at the same time. Starship needs money. Tesla is pushing FSD and Cybercab. Optimus is still advancing. X wants to launch payments. So yes, risk is real, and delays are likely to continue. But over the past 10 years, Musk has repeatedly been told something is impossible. only to prove critics wrong later with real progress. That is why seeing all of these apparently impossible developments stacked into 1 month creates so much anticipation. Which April event are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments. Now let us move to the next major topic, because the second story is all about a Cybertruck patent that has started a lot of discussion. Cybertruck owners often complain that towing heavy loads destroys range. You buy this steel beast expecting power and utility, then the moment you pull serious weight, range anxiety hits hard. Tesla's latest patent may point to a possible answer. It is called Electric Vehicle Range Extender Integration, and the idea is not what many people originally expected. Back in 2023, Tesla had previewed a bed-mounted range extender pack for Cybertruck and even took $16,000 in deposits from some buyers. But that concept was later canceled and the deposits were funded. The biggest problem was obvious. A bed-mounted pack takes up too much cargo space. That was a major drawback. What is interesting is that Tesla's engineering team clearly did not stop there. This latest patent application was reportedly filed on August 15, 2024, and only became public on February 19 this year. One of the inventors is said to be Cybertruck chief engineer Wes Morrill. The improved concept does not consume precious cargo bed space. Instead, it introduces a towable battery pack. In the patent drawings, the auxiliary battery is mounted inside a trailer and connected to the vehicle through a high-voltage interface. This idea makes particular sense in towing situations because electric trucks typically suffer dramatic range loss when pulling heavy loads. In other words, the extra energy source goes exactly where the biggest problem appears. The system architecture is even more interesting. The main battery is an 800-volt high-voltage pack, while the auxiliary battery is a 400-volt pack. The two are linked through high-voltage connectors and a DC to DC converter. During normal driving, the vehicle can balance the energy state between the two battery packs so that discharge happens proportionally. If one pack has more remaining energy, the system can pull more from that one. During hard acceleration or heavy towing, both packs can briefly deliver maximum output together. Then afterwards, the system automatically rebalances. The whole idea is elegant: waste as little energy as possible, preserve smooth performance, and extend usable driving range in demanding conditions. The charging strategy may be the smartest part. When navigation detects that you are heading to a supercharger, the system can first match the open circuit voltage between the two packs, then allow them to fast charge in parallel. That means charging stations from around 50 kilowatts to over 500 kilowatts could potentially feed both packs at once. The patent even mentions the possibility of using MC4 connectors for solar panels, allowing energy to be added from portable solar sources. For outdoor users, that sounds extremely attractive. The trailer battery concept also solves the cargo space problem. You connect it only when needed for towing, then remove it when not in use, leaving the truck bed fully available again. Of course, there are trade-offs. A trailer battery sounds great in theory, but in practice you are still towing extra weight and adding aerodynamic drag. Electric vehicles already lose efficiency when towing, so even though the trailer provides additional energy, dragging the trailer itself also consumes part of the range you are trying to save. Still, the patent shows that Tesla continues to invest in modular energy solutions, especially for demanding use cases. It is a strong sign that Tesla's engineering team is still iterating quietly behind the scenes. The advantages are real, but so are the concerns. My view is that as long as the company keeps iterating, the design will continue to improve and may eventually become a very compelling solution. The third topic is BYD moving aggressively into Canada. BYD is reportedly preparing a major expansion into the Canadian market, starting with the Greater Toronto area and targeting as many as 20 dealership locations in the first year. Right now, BYD is said to be discussing 3 initial sites with Canadian dealers, mainly around Toronto. This is not a symbolic move. The company appears to want to start in Ontario, then expand into Vancouver, Montreal, and Calgary as quickly as possible. Behind this push is a major policy shift in Canada earlier this year. Tariffs on Chinese-made electric vehicles were reportedly reduced from 100% down to 6.1%, while an initial quota of 49,000 vehicles was established and set to rise gradually to 70,000 over 5 years. The policy shift opens the door much wider for low-cost Chinese electric vehicles. But there are still limitations. Canada's federal EV incentive program only supports vehicles built in Canada or in free trade partner countries, so BYD would not qualify. Provincial incentives in places like British Columbia and Quebec also come with their own conditions. That means part of BYD's pricing advantage gets reduced. And BYD is not alone. Chery and Geely are also preparing to enter the market. So this is turning into a coordinated push by multiple Chinese automakers into a market that has historically been difficult to crack. Some people will say that it's great for consumers because it means more affordable electric vehicle choices. And that is true to a point, but there are also real questions. When physical stores are only just opening and the service network is still being built, can maintenance and repair support keep up? BYD already had a difficult chapter in Canada with its electric bus operations, where quality and political concerns became major issues. Now it wants to shift into passenger vehicles, but the risks have not disappeared. Meanwhile, Tesla already has around 39 locations in Canada, a fully built-out supercharger network, and a clear software lead in FSD. After the policy change, Tesla can also use vehicles from Shanghai to compete for quota allocation, which means it may benefit immediately through an already established system. So while BYD looks, the system's tags litter vehicles, but the risks have not disappeared. Meanwhile, Tesla already has. That is really the bigger theme across all of these stories. April may look like a month of explosive headlines, but underneath those headlines are questions about execution, capital, infrastructure, and staying power. Musk is trying to move multiple industries at once, from rockets to robots, autonomous vehicles, payments, and more. BYD is trying to use policy shifts to break into a new market. Tesla is still iterating on engineering problems people thought were already solved. All of this shows that the future is not built in one dramatic moment. It is built through repeated iteration under pressure. Musk once said that compared with the vastness of the universe, many of our arguments on Earth are trivial. His point was that instead of obsessing over small conflicts, we should think about bigger possibilities and the extraordinary things humanity can still achieve. Thank you for spending your valuable time with me. I am Jason. Share your view in the comments, and if you want more timely and accurate updates on these topics, please like and subscribe.